The following video took place in the abandoned section of a hospital which had been closed down due to a dodgy construction, meaning it was at risk of falling at any given moment. Regardless of this pretty frightening fact, the person who recorded this piece of content was bored and decided to venture into these forbidden regions. It was only afterwards that he realized this was a crazy mistake, and not because he got caught. Weirdly, the curtain drew open by its own means and revealed no one or nothing on the other side. Since no one was there, this meant that nothing visible could have possibly moved the curtain, leading to one simple answer: there was a spirit in the room. Immediately after figuring out that this was the case, the man turned around and sprinted back to where he was meant to be, waiting for his appointment. From this point and forward, he vowed to never be that adventurous again. This American man was relaxing in his room watching TV when one of the most frightening sequences of events in his lifetime happened. He stated after this night that he would never leave his closet open at night again in fear that there truly was a ghost or poltergeist attached to it. It's important to note that it was roughly 2:30 a.m. when this video was captured, and the house it took place in had no ties to paranormal activity at all. Well, at least until this was recorded.
Hey, if you can hear me, move the doll again. Move it again. It was moving earlier. Move again. Okay. See that? Move it more. Still knocking too. Anything else? Anything else? More knocking, okay. And as always, we're going to do a quick check. There's nothing in here. Obviously not enough room for anyone here.
Now, all three parts of this sequence are completely unexplainable, and after the man decided to search the closet, he found nothing hiding there. Either the thing was very good at hiding, or it wasn't visible at all. He was extremely fortunate that he caught all of this on tape, because he was able to take the footage over to the local church and see what they had to say about it. Unsurprisingly, they didn't seem happy with what they were seeing. They blessed him on the spot and asked if he could bring the person he shared the house with, Luke, to the church to have the same done. We weren't told whether this worked or not, which leads us to assume that it did. Around 9 years ago today, a young French girl arrived home from school after what she described to be a long day. Usually upon arrival, she would sling her bag onto the banister and greet her two parents. But this time, for some peculiar reason, she got no response. She proceeded to walk around the house calling for her mama, and what happened next was beyond shocking. They may have been speaking in French, but it doesn't take a French speaker to know that what went on here was very strange.
Là, Olivier, arrête! T'es vraiment fatigant, là. Je vais appeler maman. Olivier? 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 Oli? Ah! Oli? C'est vraiment pas drôle, là! Je vais appeler maman! Ça a bougé. Maman! 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 Oli!
Strangely, many kitchen items started flying off of their shelves, and all the cupboards and drawers swung open without anything helping them to do so. With being such a young age, the only way the girl could combat her fear was to shout for her mother to come. But again, for some peculiar reason, she chose this night not to come home. Once she realized the hard truth that no help would arrive, the girl quickly picked her bag up again and ran to her mother's work in case she had to do overtime at her job. Luckily, this was in fact the case. They went home together 20 minutes after this, and to the girl's dismay, all of the paranormal activity had stopped, and the items were back in their places. In the mother's point of view, it was just her imagination. Flowers are a sign of love, and are often gifted to women by children or their significant other. They are the last thing that anyone would consider to be haunted, but sometimes the odds are beaten, and the following piece of footage is a prime example of this. The woman in this video was called Donna, and she was a mother of 3 children, and was still living in a very happy relationship. Unfortunately though, her father had passed away a few months prior to the recording, and she had only recently got over the loss, as he was a big part of her life. He was the first man that came to her mind when the following happened. It must have been him in her eyes. There was no other option.
Hey guys, just wanted to catch this. These were moving. I wasn't tripping. They were definitely moving. There you go, see? I knew I saw it. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, I don't know if you got that then, but it sounded like a bit of a growl. I'm not scared here. Guys, are you seeing that? Look at that. And it's not me, look. There's nothing there. Keeping it there because I don't want to get my kids' pictures on. What the fuck? Oh Christ. Sorry, Lord. Why are you moving my flowers now? Buy your own. Looks like you've rearranged them. How bizarre. My little girl got me those, and I've had them for years. So please don't wreck them. Oh, that is messed up. That's crazy. Hello? Do you want to give me a message? Is there anything you want to tell me? Who are ya? Oh, I've got a bit of a tap. I don't know if I can pick that up. If you are my father... Oh. See, this is why my head starts to go peeps, because every time I mention my dad, bad things start to happen, and it's like he's really trying to... I don't know, I just can't understand it myself. How bizarre. It's just crazy. If it's you, Dad, do something again, please. It's just some plastic flowers, they're not even real. gone now.
As weird as this may sound, the ghost decided that of all objects it was going to toy with, it would choose the flowers on the shelf. Now the woman says that these were purchased for her by her little girl, but what she didn't mention was the role that her father played in this. He actually recommended that the daughter should buy her mother some flowers, and they were bought as a result of this. Perhaps that was the reason the ghost, which was probably him, chose the flowers out of all the other options. On October the 29th of 2018, very close to Halloween, a Spanish man called Ellen was by himself relaxing when a near-perfect night became one of the worst of his life. It was roughly 4 a.m., and he had just returned home from a lively party at his friend's house. The party had over 50 guests there, and even had a pool, so it's safe to say that he had a good time. But little did he know that a special someone was waiting to frighten him once he arrived home.
Ok. Escuchen esto. Les estoy grabando esto. Son las 2:33 de la mañana. Y estamos completamente asustados. Sí, por estos sonidos. No sabemos qué esté detrás de la puerta, pero estamos muy asustados. Al parecer no se ve nada. Pero y efectivamente, como pueden ver a simple vista, pero no es nadie. Pero se siente como que si alguien me vigilara. Vamos para adentro mejor. Vamos adentro. Ok. Les grabo esto para que se den cuenta que esto está pasando casi todos los días. Ok, va de nuevo. What? No manches.
What made this clip very suspicious was the fact that the lights turned off after he closed the door. Now a lot of people would see this and instantly pin it to a power outage or something else of the sort, but everyone else in the neighborhood had perfectly functional devices that night. As well as this, the figure of a supposed little girl could be seen across from Ellen once he entered the door, which was very uncanny, especially with the shadows engulfing it. This wouldn't be the only sighting of the girl, though considering he found out it wasn't a girl at all. About 15 minutes after the lights turned off, the power came back and Ellen finally got into bed. However, he was woken up by some new knocking, and this time he got a much better vision of what was causing this.
Amigos, son las 5 de la mañana. Toda la noche se han escuchado ruidos, lamentos y la verdad no sabemos qué No manches, ¿qué fue eso? Ok, vamos. Realmente, amigo, no sabemos. Escuchen. Oh manches, nuevamente, ¿qué es eso? No puede ser. Vean lo que estoy viendo, amigos. ¿Escuchan eso? Manches, no puede ser. Para todas esas personas que dicen que esto es mentira. Para todas esas personas que dicen que esto es mentira. Esto es increíble, amigos. Es increíble. Escuchen, realmente no entiendo lo que quiere decir. Creo que se ha ido. Fuck.
As if seeing the shadow of the figure wasn't freakish enough, the noises that the creature made were extremely creepy. They were that of an animal despite having a human shape to them. This made it very hard to pinpoint what it actually was, but it definitely wasn't a girl. Ellen wasn't going to let this question sit on his mind for too long. For the following minutes, the knocking continued, and it really started getting to Ellen, so he buckled up the courage to face what was on the other side, despite having no intel on what it was. He had absolutely no idea, though, that what was behind the door would be one of the most shocking discoveries of his life.
Después de lo que pasó anoche, las cosas están saliendo del control. Es el segundo día desde que abrimos la puerta y esto está pasando el día de hoy. Como pueden ver, siguen molestando. La puerta sigue sonando como que si estuviera alguien detrás de ella. Sé que muchos de ustedes me dijeron que no abriera, pero bueno, aquí vamos. Miren, lluvia. Y no hay nadie. Nuevamente no hay nadie, solamente lluvia. Que vamos a cerrar. Y vamos a ver qué pasa. En el video anterior sé que muchos de ustedes me dijeron que no abriera la puerta, pero bueno, ya. Escuchen, les digo, esto se salió de control y no sé cómo pararlo. No sé cómo va a terminar. No sé cómo va a terminar esto. Escuchen. Esto es realmente traumatizante para mí. Y como les dije ayer, amigos, miren. La televisión. Miren. No sé si alcanzan a ver. Que se proyecta una imagen muy extraña. Ok. Miren. ¿Qué fue eso? No manches.
Nothing. And to make matters worse, the electricity started tweaking again. This was most definitely a spirit. If you've watched this channel before, then you'll know a lot of the ghost encounters we discuss are experienced by professionals who purposefully sneak these events. The upcoming piece of footage comes from some of these people, specifically YouTubers, who want to encounter paranormal activity for views on their YouTube channel. The place that the YouTubers were visiting in this video was a hospital known for its hauntings, and it wasn't exactly the wisest place to visit, to say the least. Here's a glimpse of some stuff that occurred whilst they were there.
Yeah, so look, you guys, the record room. Phil went this way. And yeah, there's some more of this stuff. Here's a desk, or like a counter, main counter for this room, I guess. And some storage shelves. Back here, it's craziness. What do we got here? Special delivery. This is somebody's handwriting. Elsa. Whoop. Dude, listen to this, man. I was looking around. I stopped right here, and I was looking at this, and right behind me, I heard something tapping on this, like one of these metal things.
Out of nowhere, a loud bang could be heard from right behind the cameraman, and after quickly turning around, he found out that nobody was there. What made this the extra mile weirder is that it happened right as he was reading some writing, which leads me to believe that the spirit didn't want these words to be read. This wasn't the only thing they caught on camera though. In fact, there was something much more convincing along the road. A few moments after what they nicknamed the bang incident happened, a much more unexplainable phenomenon happened.
Little corner room right here. It's very bizarre. Very, very bizarre. Sliding glass door. Oh, it's not even rusty. Holy cow. Alright. What do we have here? I got away from Phil somewhere. Whoa, what the? I get it.
The pipe on the roof started swinging on its own accord, and no wind could have possibly found its way into the building. If you think you know what may have caused this, then put your thoughts in the comments, but it's going to take a lot to convince me that it isn't a ghost. The following video took place in a Dutch apartment which hosted a university student. The student was renting the apartment so she had somewhere to stay that was local to her studies. However, she had no idea what would come from calling this place home. On her second night, she was relaxing in the living room, watching television, when one of the creepiest events of her life happened.
What the fuck is that? Oh my god.
Strangely, despite scanning the room for someone, she failed to find a culprit and ran out in fear. But this wasn't the scariest part. As she stared at the doorway anticipating some more supernatural stuff to happen, a dark figure peeked round the door and she ran without any hesitation. Now it's impossible to understand what the motive of this spirit was, but if it was to scare the girl, it definitely succeeded. She left the property 2 weeks later and went to live in a university dorm room instead. It was 2 p.m. in the afternoon in the Adams household, and the entire family was out as the parents were granted a day off work. They were planning to visit the park together for a few hours to gain some bonding time, but little did they know they didn't bring everyone with them, despite the whole family being in the car. Confused? I'll let the security footage do the explaining. Weirdly, the metal chair fell to the floor and started dragging itself along by itself. This was very odd, since no one was present in the building, and no natural force could possibly make something like this happen, especially since the windows were definitely closed. After receiving a notification that something was in their house, the father quickly checked his phone and was left stumped. They never witnessed anything close to this ever again. After sneaking onto an inactive plane at night, young adult Tyler expected to get into a lot of trouble in the case that he got caught. He was prepared to pay fines and be on his way, but he had no idea of the true magnitude of danger he was putting himself in, and it wasn't because of the plane. You see, it was inactive for a reason, but not a reason you'd ever expect.
like this shit. Now, I know I'm not dumb enough to lift those shades up because I got my flash on in here. They gonna catch my ass if they see. I ain't gonna lie to y'all though, it's mad cold in here. And it's dark. I mean, I know it doesn't look that dark on the camera, but it's dark. Let's go! Let's go! Right, sitting on the back of the plane. And y'all probably think I'm fucking insane. Probably think I'm doing this shit for fame.
As Tyler got more and more confident that he managed to board the plane without being detected, one of the seatbelts jumped to the side while he wasn't even close to it. Like any regular human, he quickly turned the corner to see if anyone else had boarded the air vehicle, but to his dismay, he found nobody. It's still unknown what caused the seatbelt to move, but even the most unbelieving people are convinced that this was the act of a ghost. I'm keen to hear what you guys think in the comments. On an unidentifiable evening, a security guard at his local store was working his night shift. Now, usually this was his favorite shift, because no one bothered him, and most of the time it didn't involve any action. However, all of this was about to change for the worst when he witnessed the craziest thing on the cameras. Take a look.
Just putting things away from the box. All right, now watch. I want you guys to focus on this area right here, okay? Hold on, let me speed this up a bit. All right, watch.
You have the doctrine right, and you stow it on a shelf in your closet, and do not pull that doctrine out.
Boom, you see that? I'll get back here for you guys to give you a better view. Look at that. And I'm just like tripping, like what just happened? At first I didn't know what the hell it was, but went to see that there's a box on the ground. I'm like, okay, it's weird. And now I'm going to look, to see what's going on. It fell, okay, but pay attention to this area right here. Watch.
As he is showing the camera and what it captured, a banging noise could be heard behind him, and he started to become convinced that someone was in the building, despite the cameras not detecting a human yet. Curiously, he decided to wander around the store, and this time he experienced something outside of the screen.
Are you deaf? That's not what I asked you.
Is that you? Look, I'm here by myself. Nobody's here. It's just me. See that? Come out. I'm not afraid of you. Is that you? That threw down the box earlier? Come on out. You don't scare me. Come on out, pussy. Always trying to mess with me. Ooh! shit. No. Hell no. Hell. Let me see. Hold on. Where am I? I'm here. Where am I going? What's it? Look, there I am, right there. Look, you see that? You see that? Nah. 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 Hell no.
At first, this clip is very hard to understand, but once you zoom in, you can see that the guard's hair was tucked. This was very odd, considering that the hair clearly didn't latch onto anything, meaning that a spirit must have decided to do this. Regardless of the cause, the security guard was completely rattled and vowed to never do a shift by himself again. Attics are notorious for being some of the most haunted rooms in houses, and there are countless clips backing up this claim. The upcoming video is one of these clips, and it gets very creepy very fast. It was taken on September 17th of 2018 and features a father of two called Michael. He heard some suspicious noises coming from the attic and decided to investigate. This is what he discovered. Immediately after entering the attic, the noises started to intensify and items began moving on their own accord. Now that Michael had seen this firsthand, he was convinced it was a haunting rather than a squatter and barricaded the attic shut. Despite closing it though, the noises continued and he was forced to move out just a month later. The house is still listed as haunted to this day. On an October night nearing Halloween, this American family was planning what decorations and costumes they would use for a party they were going to host. They all came up with some great ideas, with some being themed around the supernatural. Little did they know that all of this was about to become real.
The bell.
Did you move the bells at all over?
Huh?
Did you move the bells?
No. I heard the bells ring.
At around 9 p.m., they heard the bells outside their door ringing and assumed that someone was at their door like usual. The mother ran a small business and a lot of deliveries came to the house because of it, so this was a regular occurrence for the family. However, after reviewing the doorbell footage, it was far from normal. No one was there. The only possible explanation to this would be the wind, but that day had no wind throughout the evening. It's difficult to excuse this event as something from the normal world. The only safe option would be to blame a spirit. In the following video, a teenage boy named Braden was awake late at night whilst his parents were still fast asleep. He was scrolling through TikTok when he started to hear some pretty loud noises, but the way he reacted to these noises was beyond shocking. You could call it brave, or you could call it foolish, but that's for you to decide. Have a watch.
Wow, it's really bad right now. Okay, hold on.
Jesus. Okay, hold up. Why is the tree on there? Whatever that is coming from up here. Should I attempt to go in there? Fuck. Because that was coming, all that thumping, it was coming from like right in there, in that room. Oh. Come up here for a sec, man. What the fuck? What the fuck was that? You guys, did I just hear that right? Get up here now. Okay. That I'm not fucking with. That I'm not fucking with. That I'm not fucking with, bro. That I'm not fucking with, bro. That I don't play around with. That I don't play around with.
As strange as it may have been, Braden heard his own voice aggressively telling him to come upstairs, to which he instinctively entered flight mode and ran for his life. The thing that made this very weird for Braden is that his parents didn't actually wake up to the loud beckon, leading him to believe that he and the camera were the only things experiencing the noise. It's common for mimics to imitate loved ones to tempt people into sinning, but this situation was very unique. The mimic mocked its own prey with seemingly no intentions, so it's safe to assume that it was a very dangerous spirit. Braden's parents still don't believe that anything happened that night, despite him being adamant, and he currently takes therapy sessions. They think he's crazy. In the following video, one of the workers at a restaurant was working when she heard some clattering coming from the dry room. This room was where they kept all the pastries and things of the sort to stop them from molding. After hearing the clattering, she decided to go and investigate on the behalf of her colleagues, and what she found was very shocking.
So I was in here earlier. The lights aren't working at the moment. This thing over here fell down, that little pumpkin looking thing. I'm gonna try and brighten this video so I can, show you better. This is the dry room where we keep the food and stuff, and like the carts have like fudge on them or whatever. I don't know why that thing fell earlier. I'm really... Okay, yeah, no, I'm good. Yep.
Not only were there strange fudge leakages all across the room, but one of the boxes somehow moved. Now at first, people may have thought a person was on the other side of the storage unit, but after taking a glance, literally no one was there. The woman reported this to the kitchen manager Steve, who deemed her crazy and told her to just stay out of the dry room if it was a problem. However, she showed him the video that she captured, and even the big boss was in a state of perplexion. It's unknown what actions they took next, but there isn't really much that can be done in a situation like this one. This kid called Liam was staying up late because his babysitter always let him watch the last episode of SpongeBob at 11 p.m. He was having the time of his life and enjoying a nice popsicle, but what was about to happen was completely unexplainable. The babysitter was left terrified after the incident and openly wanted the object involved burned at the stake. Have a watch.
SpongeBob night.
SpongeBob off.
Liam, come here. Liam, right now. What is happening? Okay, I'm calling your mom. Just stay right here.
Despite no one else being present in the room, the rocking chair started to swing by itself in a very creepily unnatural way. The only way it could have moved at this speed, at such a consistency, is if there was someone or something doing the rocking, but not a soul was in sight of the camera. Now, for the week following this spooky event, nothing much happened in this household. The most eventful instance was Liam having a tantrum over not being allowed to watch SpongeBob late at night when his parents were looking after him. However, this state of peace wouldn't stick around for long. The upcoming clip was captured using CCTV and took place just 1 week after the prior incident. The babysitter came back to look after Liam and his sister, and this time something much more dangerous occurred. After chilling and watching funny YouTube videos on the babysitter's phone, a ton of picture frames started flying from the top of the stairs, and a few of them even ended up breaking. This was devastating for the family because some of the pictures were sentimental and some weren't able to come out unripped. After this second event, the babysitter had enough of this specific household and refused to take care of Liam. This meant the mother had to drop out of work and find a new job, which put them all at great risk. We can only hope that they got out okay. Sometime roughly 3 years ago, a young couple called Thomas and Kaylee were staying at an Airbnb that they believed to be haunted. This house was over 300 years old and hosted several people who lost their lives while living there. The perfect backstory for a spooky location. However, despite rumors, real evidence had never been captured. Thomas and Kaylee wanted to gather this and officially prove that the place was paranormal so that the Airbnb could be shut down. And surprisingly, despite everyone doubting them, they actually found something weird. It's important to note that before this incident, they had been sleeping in the Airbnb for a full week and no problems at all had occurred. However, it's believed that they did something to trigger a haunting, and they explain this pretty well in the video.
This whole time I'm getting ring notifications that there is motion in my attic, and mind you, we moved the camera to the small room off of the attic. So like the timing right now is a little crazy. Thomas!
Strangely, after moving the Ring camera to a different location, it suddenly started noticing motion in the room. The odd factor is that when reviewing the footage, nothing could be seen moving, which is a common occurrence when a ghost is in presence. Little did she know though that this spirit hadn't finished its game. Once she went to sleep that night, she woke up to hundreds of new Ring doorbell notifications. Except this time, there was a big difference. The motion was actually visible, so she could tell what was going on, and to say it freaked her out would be a major understatement. Despite everyone in the house being fast asleep, the door opened and closed for hours on end, which is a phenomenon which science just cannot explain. After seeing this, Kaylee got Thomas to padlock the door, since the room didn't have much of a use anyway. They haven't suffered any bother since, except a dragged argument. Kaylee believed that Thomas was on the other side of the door playing a prank on her, but this simply doesn't make sense, because why would he agree to padlock the door closed? This is a mystery that will likely never be solved. In the following video, a group of teenagers were having a sleepover together and everything was running very smoothly. They were staying up late like all young lads would do in this situation, but things got weird very quickly. Jacob, the oldest boy in the group, claimed to have started hearing strange noises from downstairs, and in an act of fear, he got the host to call their mother. He told her about what was going on and that they suspected a break-in had happened. What they did next would be considered stupid by most.
You're upstairs in your room?
Yeah, we're in my room right now.
Okay, make sure you lock the door then. I'm gonna come home. I should be home in about 10 minutes. I need you to stay calm though, okay?
Okay,
So calm, quiet, keep the door locked. Alright, do not go out of the room whatsoever. I'm gonna come home, I'll be there 10 minutes.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna call the cops on the way home too.
The cops? No, Mom, why do we have to get the cops?
We're going to just make sure everybody's safe and they can get there faster than I can. I'll scope it out and make sure that nobody's there.
Okay, it's fine.
Somebody
Okay.
there, they can act normal.
Okay.
All right. I'll see you soon. I love you.
I love you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
After making the dumb decision to go out and investigate the scene, their camera picked up an odd motion once they turned the lights on. This movement was so minimal that none of the boys saw it until reviewing the footage. Luckily, since you're watching this video, you can witness it zoomed in with slow motion, and the way it glided was not normal. However, due to none of them picking up this phenomenon, the boys continued to adventure and found something even stranger. According to the boy who led the search, he saw a human-like figure in the corner of the room, and his body instinctively entered flight mode. They all ran as quickly as they could back into the host's bedroom and waited for the cops to arrive, and soon enough, they made their appearance.
Did it sound like glass? Was it metal? What did it sound like?
I think it was just like a big thud, and then like the glass shattered. But after that, we just stayed upstairs.
So you heard glass shatter?
Yeah. And
You didn't see it?
no, we stayed.
No, the glass. You didn't see it?
They searched the entire house and found nothing which led them to believe that this was all just a big prank. They left very quickly. Luckily, the mother was trusting in her son and believed he had seen what he claimed. He didn't get into any trouble, and the lads couldn't get to sleep after this. Not that they would have anyways. On December 13th of 2022, a man called Paul was doing his job as a day guard at his local factory when one of the weirdest events possible occurred. It was around 8 p.m. when the following video was taken, and it took place just after Paul had finished working. Except little did anyone know that it wasn't Paul after all. Throughout the day, he had been acting stranger than usual and not being his normal self, but it was after he beckoned his friend Tim to come into the back with him that everything became apparent.
This is Paul, and you are about to witness a possession. He's allowed me to post this video, but only if I can seal his identity. Paul was the day guard, and at the end of his shift, I didn't know it at the time, but in an act of kindness earlier in the day he tried to remove and discard the statue head. The following takes place before the Night 12 incident.
Strangely, Paul started to mutter in an undetectable language, and no one could decipher what it was that he was trying to say. Many predict that it was ancient Latin, but after specialists shut those rumors down, people were left clueless. Regardless of the language though, what happened next was terrifying.
Need a 86 for a friendly. Can't breathe. Paul. 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 Paul, I can't breathe. Oh.
With a blade, Paul stood up and swung at Tim before getting all aggressive and in his face. The weird thing was that Paul was known for being a kind man who never really got into arguments, so this was extremely out of character. However, before Tim even had a chance to hit back, Paul returned to his normal self, oblivious of what his body had just been used for. But this wasn't the only paranormal event that was hosted within this factory. It was only the beginning. 2 days after the Paul incident, Tim had finally recovered, and his boss told him it was time he stopped being a coward and came back to work. In order to maintain his job, Tim listened, but this would turn out to be one of the worst decisions of his life. Upon arriving at work, everything was fine for Tim. He did his regular checkups and monitored security until eventually Paul left for home and he was able to feel safe again. As he started to get comfortable though, so did the spirit, and what it did this time was just as spooky as the last.
Hello? Shit. What the fuck? Whoa! Hello? Who's there?
When patrolling the storage corridors, one of the doors was knocking, and it happened to be the one to the room that Paul usually found himself in. Curious, Tim went to inspect the scene, and based on his comment asking God to protect him, we know he knew what he was getting into. After entering the room, one of the mannequins toppled over on its own accord, which was the first red flag for Tim to turn back, but he ignored it. After this, a slab of glass shattered before a pot banged the floor behind him, and he knew that the ghost was present. However, Tim was convinced that this was a different entity, but if we zoom in on the very last frame, the outline of a woman can be made out, and I assume that this was what had possessed Paul as well. Little did Tim know, though, that this semi-sighting of the ghost was nothing compared to what he was about to capture. On that same night, he decided to do some more exploring, as he was understandably skeptical that it was actually a ghost haunting him. He adventures for around an hour with no sightings, until eventually something happened that made him wish he never got too ambitious.
Hello?
If you look closely, hands can be seen dangling over what looks like a container, and the figure of a woman can be seen attached to them. Unfortunately though, when Tim turned his flashlight on to capture the ghost, it immediately disappeared and never appeared again. Literally. For the last 2 years, Tim hasn't come across a ghost, which leads him to believe it wasn't a permanent haunting. But the unlucky thing is that he'll never truly know. This little girl was role-playing with her dolls when something extraordinarily creepy happened right next to her. To her dismay, she didn't manage to witness what occurred, but luckily, the CCTV camera in the top corner of the room captured it perfectly. Unexpectedly, the girl's least favorite doll, Lola, started moving by itself in the corner, leading the parents to believe it had been possessed or moved by a ghost. But what actually made them check the security cameras in the first place? Well, a few nights after the doll incident, the little girl was drawing for her parents, and the unexplained happened. Except this time she saw it and told them. This incident is what caused them to scan through all CCTV footage of their child to make sure nothing similar was happening. So have a look. Weirdly, all kinds of objects started moving in the room, and no one except the girl was in the room. Things get much creepier when you discover the doll from before was behind the sofa at the time of the incident, making it very possible that it had something to do with this. Immediately after being alerted, the parents put the doll in the trash and paid the collectors to take it far away from their home early. When the doll was removed, all paranormal activity in the house stopped. The following video took place late at night in a home owned by a man named Robert. Robert lived by himself and often had family coming and visiting him, but during the clip you're about to see he was the only person home. It happened when Robert was struggling to go to sleep, so decided to go downstairs and play some of the guitar before bed. But something else must have had the same idea, because what happens next is shocking.
So I couldn't sleep because I felt like something was watching me. You ever felt like that? I'm all alone. I come out here to play my guitar because I can't sleep. So I look over here at this thing because I feel like it's frickin' watching me. And I could have swore I seen it move. Oh, see, that's what I'm talking. That's that bullshit right there. Oh, hell no. I'm done with it. That thing's going in the dump right now. Well, I got something for that. Yeah, I got something for that right now.
To kick the video off, Robert explains his situation and claims that he was sensing that he was being watched. This gave him an eerie feeling when he was in his living room, and he pinned it down to the teddy bear sitting in a box, and somehow he said it moved. Now at first, this was completely unbelievable. But luckily, just as Robert told his story, the bear moved again just to confirm it. Scared but smart, Robert did what he should have done and put the bear in the trash, but no one believed what he saw, so he actually ended up being checked for mental illnesses. To his fortune, he wasn't diagnosed with anything and showed the video he captured to his family, but they are still skeptical to this day. James Talbot was an overnight security officer at a mall and usually worked on the stairwell to make sure that no unwelcome guests came up when time got late. The upcoming clip took place at roughly 1 a.m., where nothing normally happens. At this time, James tends to record himself and post to his YouTube channel, and he's lucky that he had this habit, because if he didn't, he wouldn't have filmed what was about to happen.
Man, I've been clocked in 8 minutes.
Hey!
Hey! I'm not finna go check shit. I'm going down there. Shit. Oh, goddamn, the door locked. Oh. Damn. If it is somebody down there, they're gonna stay their goddamn ass down there. I'm not going. Shit. Hurry up and get up these bitches.
Suddenly, footsteps could be heard from the bottom of the stairwell, and doing his job, James called out to the person guilty. But to his dismay, no one responded. Now, instead of going downstairs to investigate the noise further, James started to feel strangely uncomfortable and ran away from the noise, scared of it, which wasn't usual for him. James sprinted down the corridor and into another room where he decided to hide. But suddenly, he heard the noise of a whisper from inside the room, and this is when things got real.
Hey, somebody fucking in here with me. I'm up here doing this damn job. These folks want me to do all this walking in the dark. I'm not walking down there in no motherfucking dark. Hey. Hey. Not coming the fuck out there, man. Somebody is down there with me. Somebody in here with me. When I got this job, I told them I don't do things like this. And I got my camera on, bitch. You can go if you just come out. I'll let you go free. But don't try to just pop out on me, you know what I'm saying, scare the fuck out of me, make me shit all on myself on the job. Come on now. Come on now, I'm just trying to get my goddamn hours and go home now. He gonna act like he don't hear me. You know you back there, come on. I'm not finna, I'm telling y'all, I'm finna go. And the clock, I'm going this way. Fuck that.
Like before, James started begging the supposed break-in culprit to reveal themselves, and even offered to let them go for free. However, no one spoke back. He stood there for a second and thought of what to do next before following his instinct instead of the job. He packed his bags, locked up, and left for the night. Now, after doing this, James expected there to have been a robbery overnight and had his excuses ready, but surprisingly, nothing happened. Had he really been going crazy, or did something much deeper occur? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. It was approximately 2 a.m. on a Tuesday night, and a man named Zark was all alone in his house. His family had already moved out prior to this night because the escalating paranormal activity had started to affect them badly. Zark and his family claimed to have experienced several paranormal events prior to this footage. However, none of them come close to what you're about to see.
The fuck? Where's the cupboard open? The lights are off. You see, I normally keep that light on because that's how I get to know the haunting has begun or not. And that's why I've actually covered the lights so that it doesn't glare on my eyes while I'm sleeping. The cupboard is open right now. I'm alone in the room.
Now, this night started at a fairly low level on the haunted side of things. All Zark saw was the cupboard open, despite being closed when he fell asleep. But compared to other things he had seen, this wasn't too drastic. However, it was just shortly after that, the ghost started to do something Zark had never seen before.
It's at the door. Stop it! Stop it, please!
Weirdly, the door started knocking, and the only explanation for this is that it was a spirit on the other side. Zark asks the spirit to stop the knocking, and after some time it stops. But what happens a few minutes later sends chills down Zark's spine.
Go fuck yourself, Jerry. Go fuck yourself. Shit. I'm not gonna stay here. Fuck.
It's important to note that Zark was completely alone when he heard his kid's voice saying "Daddy," so that had to be a mimic. After this, Zark left his apartment immediately and spent the rest of the night in his car. In the following video, a group of teenagers were having a sleepover when the host's parents decided to leave the house to collect a takeaway for them all. The takeaway was roughly 20 minutes away, so they would all be home alone for nearly an hour. This is what encouraged them to do what they were about to partake in. One of the bedrooms in the house had been locked up by the father of the house about 6 years ago, and the son was never told why this was done. Out of curiosity, he and his friends decided it was best to investigate, and what happened might be the worst thing a spirit has ever done on camera.
See if they move. Oh! Okay, hold on. Give me the lighter. I need to... Light it. Okay, why did that take so long? Was it the wrong key?
No. Is there cameras in there?
Why would there be cameras?
Isn't it adorable?
Grandpa crazy. Oh, it's just a bedroom? Are you going in?
Fuck no, I'm getting a bad feeling about this.
I don't feel good. No, I don't. I'm getting
This
like
is why
white
pressure
people
on my
die in movies, bruh. Nah. We have black up in this beach.
Oh my god, I just got so lightheaded.
What is that?
Hang in there.
I just got Corbin, don't be going for this stuff. I just got so lightheaded. Oh my god.
Yeah, I know. I got lightheaded as soon as I walked in here.
Yeah.
You are not welcome here.
Oh, my head's itching. I
If
think
there's
there's
any
lights
spirits
in here.
leave. You are not welcome.
Why is Santa Claus locked up? That thing's creepy. Why, Santa, why are you locked up? It could be an object in here. Yeah. Did your grandpa ever think about that? Like, it could be an object. You could just burn the whole room. What are you doing in the closet, dude?
Oh, my back's burning.
Is it really?
Bitch, my back's
Do you have
burning.
scratch marks in it? I don't know.
Oh my god!
No, you're kidding.
Stop.
No, get out. Get out. Get out.
You
Get out.
have
Get out.
three
Get out. Get out. Marks up your back.
Stop.
No, you do.
Stop, you're giving me anxiety.
Oh my fucking god. You're kidding, right? You're kidding. Look.
Now everybody who went to the sleepover backed up the fact that the boy had no scratches on his back before this incident. This meant that somehow he had obtained it while standing in that room, and it was very clear that there was no animal with those capabilities in there. This meant that it was most likely a spirit, and knowing it had the capabilities to physically harm people must have really scared the group. All they learned is to never open that door again, and that's exactly what happened. Whenever people think of a specific room being haunted, two rooms always come to mind, either the attic or the basement. These places are rarely entered by people, so they are the perfect breeding ground for undetected paranormal activity, and the following video definitely further proves that point. The attic in the upcoming clip had supposedly been haunted for a while, but the people living there were too scared to do any further investigations. However, one night they heard some banging and had no choice but to take a proper look.
Difference in the roof and the floor. So
56? 70? Between 50... 70? Between 50...
well, it's like 12:30, and I think that it was about an hour since we heard those footsteps coming through here, but I don't know what that was from. What's our average temperature?
It's about 37, 38.
That's why I'm cold. And I'm getting like a 0.2 all the way through the room.
Wait, it's going to 45. There's 50. Oh, I got a 50.
I got a reading here. Oh, shit! Okay. I'm out!
45. There's 50. Oh, I got a 50.
I got a reading here. Oh, shit! Okay. I'm out!
There's 50. Oh, I got a 50.
I got a reading here. Oh, shit! Okay. I'm out!
Oh, I got a 50.
I got a reading here. Oh, shit! Okay. I'm out!
Now, two very unexplainable things happened while the duo were in the attic together. First of all, a voice clearly echoes the words, "Come outside," which was very confusing in its own right. Surely the ghost was inside the attic, not outside, so it doesn't make any sense why it would use this choice of words. Secondly, the chair moved by its own accord at the same moment that the heat sensor started going off. The fact that these two events lined up so perfectly made it impossible for the father and son to not believe that a ghost was up there. After this night, they mutually agreed to just go back to their old lives of not caring about the attic, but it was too late. They had given the ghost attention, and now they need to deal with it for the rest of their lives. This woman was in the kitchen preparing to make some dinner for her husband once he arrived back home. However, someone else was in the room with her and it didn't share the same plans. The video was uploaded to the channel Smug Puppy, and it's important to note that the particular house they were staying in had never ever been home to any paranormal activity before. As they say though, there's always a first.
What the fuck? How's that happened? The blind has just come all the way off, but they're held on by hooks. What the fuck? Is there anything else? What the fuck? Oh my god. What? This light's just gone off. Oh my god, I'm shaking. Oh my god! What the fuck? There's nothing in here. See? Oh. Oh my god. Oh no, I'm getting out of here.
The blinds, which were very securely hooked in, somehow collapsed by themselves. A key fact in this situation is that there was no wind on this date, making it impossible for that to be the cause, leaving one other possible answer. The paranormal house had entered Smug Puppy's household. As if messing with 2 pairs of blinds wasn't enough, the spirit also launched tons of deodorant cans at the woman once she entered the bathroom, which was both a dangerous and an annoying act. But despite the severity of this, it wasn't yet finished with its act. For the next few days, the family went ghostless and probably lived one of the most boring but peaceful periods of their life. They became settled again and deemed the prior night as a one-off situation. Little did they know though that it was far from that. The next piece of footage was caught at around 12 a.m, just before the couple were about to go to sleep. This time it was captured from the husband's perspective, and it led to something at a much worse scale.
Bang on the bloody door. The hell is that? The hell is that? Oh my god, hold up a sec. Oh. Kaylee?
Yeah?
Grab your phone and film and go to the back bedroom. I'm pretty sure someone's just climbed on the roof.
On the roof? Okay, give me...
After hearing a repetitive knocking sound on the door, the man did what any person would do and went to answer it for whoever was on the other side. However, to his dismay, he didn't see anyone at first glance, but what he did see was someone or something climbing onto the roof. This was a very strange sight. but he dismissed it as being a dumb kid ding-dong ditching and asked his wife to check the roof to tell the kid to get down for their own safety. After his wife checked though, I bet she will never listen to the man ever again.
Oh my god! What is that?
At first, the figure just looks like a faceless ball, almost like a lump of mold, but once put into slow motion, what this actually was becomes very clear. It appeared to be the apparition of a ghost and didn't exactly look like a pleasant one. It had dark yellow eyes, slit like a snake, and skin more dull than the weather in Britain. It was a sight that no one would want to come across, and it still scars the couple to this day. YouTube is a place where tons of people from many different backgrounds can have a place to share their views online, and this is a very underrated power. It means that literally anyone can post literally anything for people to see, but this is besides the point. You see, while a lot of YouTube is full of positive creators trying to push a good message, the platform has a dark side specifically for paranormal activity. The upcoming video was posted earlier this month by a channel called Ghost Club Paranormal, and they are known for exploring places known for poltergeist activity. In this specific piece of content, they were visiting the Madison Seminary, known for being a place of grieving during the Civil War, hosting many self-deletes. They caught quite a few strange sightings in this place, and I just want to highlight a few of the most prominent. This first piece of footage came in the basement of the Civil War building, and was very odd, to say the least. An important note to make is that the man showcased here claimed to have not had any marks previous to this search, and didn't feel anything that could have caused it.
Crazy. All right, well, they're gonna lead it tonight. Follow home.
And the woman used to
Wait!
live there.
That was their home, yeah, that was the Women's Relief Corps home.
Yo.
There's Sarah's room,
You're super red.
What? Am I gonna die?
Wait,
What?
Come on.
Am I gonna die?
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, he's super red.
I feel fine.
Look at that. Oh, something just came through.
Pain.
Oh, it's a pain.
Oh, what the? It almost looks like a thumb. That's weird. What? Yeah. It's a weird spot too. Yeah. Yeah, I don't even feel anything. Like it doesn't feel like anything right now.
No, that's weird.
I guess we'll see if it does start to feel like something.
Turn around again.
So it's burning or something?
I mean, it's so red.
I know, it doesn't feel like anything. It's weird.
Obviously, the group were very creeped out by this because it's very unusual that marks like this go unnoticed by the victim. It was also very unusual for a spirit to actually go as far as inflicting physical harm, so it became clear that wherever was haunting this place was most definitely dangerous and evil. However, despite having a sign of its presence, the group still hadn't captured an apparition, which is where the real YouTube money comes from. Little did they know that seeing one of these would come very soon, though.
Did you fucking hear that? Yes,
That was a voice,
dude.
100%.
That was like it was so breathy.
Yeah.
Like,
It was 100%. There's like another footstep or something over there too.
charge.
Gonna run at us?
Yo. No, nobody's charging anyone.
Dang, I'm about to run at that. I'm angry right now. I don't know why. I'm so angry.
Yeah, it was like a male voice down there. It was like 2 or 3 words.
Doctor! Doctor!
It said doctor.
It just said doctor.
Right after we heard a male voice, it said doctor. Yeah.
After the device that picks up ghost noises said doctor, a shadow figure glided across the room into a door before instantly disappearing. The backstory behind this shadow figure was that the room where the spirit was seen was the room where the angry spirit of a doctor usually appeared. The doctor ghost worked night and day to try and keep the families in the hospital mentally and physically healthy, and obviously failed from time to time. They vowed before death that they would always haunt the place, and the vow hasn't been broken since. On October the 7th of 2020, a man was doing his regular workout when what he called the Thing made another appearance, except this time his nanny cam captured it. Over the last few weeks, the man's apartment had been doing some very strange things, and it just felt out of the ordinary in general. Objects were known to move by their own accord, noises would be heard at night, and the place was often cold, even on the warmest of days, all telltale signs of a poltergeist. This is exactly why he set up the camera in the first place.
Hello?
Strangely, both a toy pumpkin and an ornament on the shelf fell to the ground without any visible force making it happen. It's important to be aware that the ornament was made of a heavy material and would never be pushed over by something as weak as the wind. This must have been a spirit. The man decided that now he had the evidence, he would be able to show his landlord and hopefully lower the rent. And he did succeed. His rent was dropped by $100 because nobody else would move in if he left, so at the end of the day, the resident won from the situation. I guess ghosts aren't always bad. Playgrounds are usually associated with life and adventure, and would be the last thing that someone would associate with the paranormal world. However, stereotypes are broken every day, and the video you're about to see is a big example of this. The playground in the video is a very old one, and was abandoned 5 years before these 2 young adults decided to visit it and mess around. It was very late, probably around midnight when they arrived, and they thought it would be funny to try and squeeze through the pipes like they were children all over again. They wouldn't have laughed if they knew someone else would be playing with them though.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the right. Okay, this is my POV. Enjoy. This is where I have to get up to. This is really hard. I feel too big to do this.
Do you feel out of breath inside?
Yeah. Wait, where'd you go? Left or right?
I went left.
Which way do I go? I feel like I'm in Alice in Wonderland. Okay, she went that way. Freaky. Yours is brighter, mine's all dark. Okay. You guys, I can't do this. I feel like I keep bonking my head too. That's crazy. There's like actual cat here. This is literally for human hamsters. Oh my god, someone bashed in this window. I feel like this is plastic. Some 12-year-old boy got pissed off when his mom said that he couldn't go out of it. Okay, this is where I am. This is what I climbed. This is where I'm going. Okay, where are you?
It shocked me, I knew it. It shocked me 3 times.
Okay, where'd you go? Okay.
We're in an abandoned
Playground. The word wasn't coming out. Where did we start? Did we start here?
If you listen very carefully, it's very clear that the voice of a child can be heard. Most children would be asleep at this time, and it is highly unlikely that one of such a young age could sneak into an indoor playground, so it must have been a poltergeist of some sort. Fortunately though, the girls weren't fazed, and claimed that all it wanted to do was play with them, so all was okay. A few years back, a full family were brutally murdered in their formerly safe home, and they happened to be the neighbors of the people in the following video. It was a normal Wednesday, and all of the kids had just arrived home from school when something very creepy decided to greet them upon arrival. It was so spooky that it gave the kids nightmares, and no one in the house could explain a logical answer to what caused it. Take a look.
You see the towel moving up there?
Yeah, no thanks. That's creepy as fuck.
That was force.
That was con fuerzas.
I need to find a new house, bro.
I need to find a home. Oh my god. Bro.
Jessica.
Are you sure Jose's not awake?
No.
Are you sure?
Without anyone triggering it to do so on the other side, the door started slowly swinging before coming to a complete close. Now this obviously scared them all to a big extent, but if they knew what was next, they would have been completely unfazed.
You guys, my mom just blessed the whole area right here, and that light won't shut off. And it's like really fucking cold in this part of the house. Freezing, but over here it's not. And when she goes over there, she gets damn chills.
Somehow, the area where the poltergeist activity was taking place was extremely cold, whereas the room right next to the back door was warm. Spirits are known to give off a chilly feeling when they are around, which is the perfect explanation to this, and the family never updated us again. In the following video, a woman called Natasha was in her garden enjoying the fire pit, whilst her husband was out working when one of the worst sequences of events happened to her. It was around 11 p.m. when all of this kicked off, and the fact she was alone added a lot to the scare factor. In her first capture, she does apologize for the lack of sound, as she used a high-tech camera device that she didn't know how to use properly. The lack of sound is made up with strange visuals though, and I'm very surprised she was able to hold herself back from running away. If we look closely in the window in the top right, something white could be seen on the other side, and according to Natasha, it wasn't there beforehand. Now this obviously freaked her out, but it was nothing compared to what was moments away from happening. The clip before could have easily been the reflection of the moon, or something along those lines, but unfortunately, this next one has no excuse.
The camera just shut off. I'm genuinely like sitting here by myself. There's no one here. What the fuck? And I don't know. I'm hearing a bunch of shit, and I feel like there's shit all around me. Nobody here, and that thing in the window is gone. The freaking blanket. Did you just see that? Fuck this shit. And I'm like literally chilling outside trying to have a nice fire and shit. And blankets. Look at that. Look at that. Dude, there's fucking nothing over here. There's fucking nothing over there, dude. That's fucking nuts.
As weird as this may have been, the blanket slowly glided off the couch in a very unnatural way. We all know that wind has the power to move things, but this was far beyond comprehension. It's safe to say that something or someone was around the fire with Natasha that night, but the spooky thing is that she'll never know who. On April 16th of 2021, a YouTuber known as Sylvia C decided to upload one of the creepiest videos ever to her channel. Not only were the things she recorded creepy, but her reaction was also very disturbing and genuine, making this a very hard watch for many. It happened at an unknown time, but was definitely late at night when Sylvia was watching television. However, this common evening leisure was interrupted very quickly.
Hi guys, the activity in the kitchen.
Guys, I heard things happening in the kitchen again. That cutlery's moving. I saw that tin was moving. I saw that tin move. Oh my god, that one's just moved. Spirit in the kitchen. Why are you moving things again? Oh, I better get out. Please don't move it. Cutlery, please don't throw a knife. Spirit, oh my god, let's just shut that door. Washing machine. Oh, spirit in the kitchen. What? Oh no, guys, let's just move that chair. Oh god, I can't take it. Oh god, guys, I'm so scared.
Once she entered the kitchen, a ton of things started moving around on their own accord. These items included knives, tins, and the washing machine, and it's impossible for all three of those things to move alone. Instinctively, Sylvia walked out of the kitchen to try and escape the ghost, but it wouldn't be long before it lured her back in with more noises. Roughly 15 minutes after the first batch of movement, Sylvia started to hear more things moving around and decided to go and investigate it again. This was a decision that she would most definitely go on to regret. Take a look.
Put the camera on, close. Lights are moving in the kitchen. I'm scared to go through in case. Come upstairs in my room because
This time, plates from the drying rack started jumping onto the floor, and in fear, Sylvia ran to her room and started smoking a cigarette. Now, regardless of the torment she faced that night, she was in a difficult situation and had no choice but to remain in this house for at least another week. Fortunately, she had a few days of peace after these two events, but it wouldn't be long before the spirit made its return.
Hi guys, I've just put the camera on because the kettle's went on again. I've heard things in the kitchen again. And that plate's moving again. Oh my god, guys. Oh my god. Oh! Oh! Why are you doing this to me?
Unlike the other two events she witnessed, this time an item got launched directly at her, and she was very lucky to have not been hit by the plate. After this, Sylvia was just about done with these shenanigans and contacted her local priest to come and bless the house, or do something along those lines. Luckily, he listened since she had gathered enough evidence for him. It's unknown what happened after that, but all we can do is hope that Sylvia is okay. The upcoming couple were struggling to get to sleep at night, and this wasn't a new occurrence for them. Over the last few weeks, they had felt something off about their room and couldn't quite pinpoint what was causing it. The video you're about to witness was the night that they truly discovered what was wrong, and this definitely wasn't a good thing.
So guys, it is 2:30 in the morning. I'm trying to sleep. Just last night, the night before, there was some paranormal activities going on. And also this night, I also cannot sleep. My wife is here sleeping next to me. And fucking, I don't, like, hold on. You hear that?
Yeah. What the hell is that?
I don't fucking know, baby.
What the fuck?
Hold on, everybody, look at this. Look at this. Shine over there, baby, shine.
What the fuck is that?
Shine, baby.
What the fuck
Let me see.
is that?
Oh, shit! Baby!
What
baby.
the fuck? What the fuck?
Oh, shit! Oh, shit, baby! Baby, stop. Stop, baby, stop. Just hold on. Wait a minute. How the fuck did that motherfucker just swing by? Hold on. Wait a minute.
Strangely, their fan glided across the room without anyone else in there, and the man's wife was lying right next to him, so it couldn't have been her. As well as this, a bunch of items fell from the shelf right next to them, which was enough to send both of them into a state of panic. Luckily, though, the man dug out some bravery. After some convincing, he managed to get his wife to get out of bed and investigate the house to see if they could get any more clues as to what was doing this to them. This was the worst decision they could have possibly made, and here's why.
And baby, you gotta, hold on, baby.
Let's get out of here.
Baby, let's get up. Hold on. Let's get up. Let's see what the fuck's going on. Baby, I'm scared. Don't be scared. Just be with me, okay? Just come on, let's get up. Get up to bed slowly. Okay, just slowly. Baby, don't be scared. All right?
Okay.
Hold on, just one at a time. One at a time. Wait. Baby, come on. Come. Okay. Get up with me. Just get up with me, baby. Get up with me. Please. Hold up, wait up. Oh, shine. Okay. Hold on. No, stay with me.
Baby.
Stay with me. Hold on. Hold on, baby.
You get me out of here.
Wait, hold on, baby. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. This whole book just fell. Baby, I don't know what the fuck is that.
Baby.
Hold on, baby. It's on. Hold on. Shine over there. Make sure there is nothing. Hold on, baby. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Shine. Hold on. Get away from me, baby. Get away from me. Here, hold on. Come, stay by me. Okay, stay by me. I don't even dare to go over there, baby.
Baby, I'm so scared.
Baby, hold on. Let's just walk over there. Come on, let's go. Hold on. Oh shit, baby.
What the fuck, baby?
Oh shit, baby. Hold on, baby. Hold on.
Baby, get me out of here.
Hold on, baby. Hold on. Wait a minute, baby. Don't get scared. Don't get scared. It's the kids.
Baby, I don't want to stay here tonight.
I don't either, baby. Hold on. Just bear with me, okay, baby?
After doing the right thing and checking on their kids, they went into the kitchen to see what was going on in there. In this room, a ton of things started moving by themselves, and the door to the laundry room opened, as if trying to lure them into it. Stupidly, the man gave into the temptation and beckoned his wife to come in with him, but to his fortune, she steered him away. After this, they awoke their kids and told them they were sleeping at their grandma's tonight, and off the family went. The house got sold, and they moved very quickly. They are now living safely in a cottage and haven't experienced anything alike since. In the following video, a very enthusiastic and positive girl was getting ready to watch a movie with some orange juice and popcorn when a creepy disturbance stopped her in her path. She was singing and running around the house happy as ever, but clearly the spirit she was about to encounter didn't appreciate her joy and took it upon itself to end it there and then.
Watch a movie. Gonna get some juice first. Gotta get some juice for my movie. Gonna get some juice. Orange juice. Give me this orange juice. Gonna get some popcorn. Okay. Oh. Hello? Alrighty then. No way, no way, no way, no way, no way, no way. Oh no, 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 orange juice, no, 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 no. Open, 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 open.
In this 1 minute long clip, many things take it upon themselves to move, and the girl singing was very obviously scared by this. However, due to her positivity, she was able to still run to her room and enjoy the movie that night. Since the ghost wasn't able to crack the girl this night though, it decided to take the challenge, and it wouldn't be long before it showed itself again to try and truly frighten the girl. It was roughly 2 days after the orange juice incident, and the same girl decided to visit her best friend after finishing college and her part-time job that day. It had been a really stacked morning and afternoon, so it was only right that she treated herself to some fun at the end of it. However, she managed to get there before her friend even arrived home, and clearly the ghost thought this was a good opportunity to keep the house guest entertained.
So I decided to visit my best friend after work today, and I got here before they did, and there's literally, I walked in here and like something started knocking on the back door back there. You can hear it. Stop! Now, okay, so you might think it might be the neighbor or something, or like a dog or something at the door, but look, 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 look. We're on the 2nd floor. And there's like literally nobody. There's like nobody here. And I'm by myself. I thought we were done with this crap. Okay.
Strangely, the knocks were very fast and unnatural, and after investigating the other side of the door, it's very unlikely that a human could have been doing the knocking, but it had to be something. The girl speculates that it was the second appearance of what she nicknamed the orange juice ghost, and for once she was actually in fear. After this event, she decided to stop feeding the ghost attention and called it quits on uploading her sightings to social media. It's unknown whether this worked or not, and it likely never will be. These two girls were at a sleepover together and wanted to record some TikToks to show their friends how much fun they were having. It was roughly 2:30 a.m. in the morning when they filmed this video, and everything was going well until this point. The video captured a very odd sighting, but it was so discreet that the girls didn't even notice it until running the video back. Once they realized they caught something so strange on camera, they showed their mother, who uploaded it to TikTok for us all to see. Have a look.
This is my daughter and her friend. Please watch closely between them. No one else was up in my home. Look between them right now.
As we can clearly see, a shadow figure glided in between the two girls, which was creepy to say the least. The odd thing is that since it was in the past, they couldn't do anything about it, and the entire family was left completely lost. The woman on the right of the following video had been experiencing paranormal activity for the past few years, and had actually gotten used to having a ghost reside in her home. Whenever friends or family were coming round to visit, she would warn them of the spirit and explain why it was trying to scare them, but it never went as far as it did in the following clip. The two women spoke about it afterwards and explained that they had never experienced anything as severe as this before, and the house owner ended up having enough of letting the spirit get away with these things. Take a look.
And if something happens, what will do then? We'll do nothing because it's nothing gonna be happening. You are hearing. Martina. It's okay. It's okay. Just ignore and don't do anything. Just ignore. Sometimes these things is happening, you know. Maybe it's because we talked about it? Yes, maybe because we talked. Oh my God. Okay, just leave it. Just ignore. Oh, okay. Alright. Okay, no, I know it's not your fault. Yes, that's not my fault. I know it's not your fault. That's not my fault. Shit. Okay. Get out! Get out from my house! Okay, Martina, I think I'm freaking out a little bit. You know? No, don't freak out. No, it's fine. It doesn't. Okay, we just, I don't know. Okay, let's talk about something.
Now, what made this scenario so much worse than all of the other ones was the fact that all of the cutlery was launched off of the counter onto the two women. This cutlery included knives, which are very dangerous objects when thrown around like this, so the women were in genuine risk of pain. Usually, after the ghost does something paranormal, the house owner gives it a telling off and it listens to her before stopping. However, on this specific occasion, it refused to listen to her shouting and began to be disobedient. This was a very dangerous situation for someone to be in, and who knows if she got out of it okay. Ghost hauntings are often a horrible experience, but they never usually take the throne of the worst moment of someone's entire life. However, in the video you're about to see, the victim, Rosanna, claimed that she had never experienced anything nearly as creepy as it, and her dreams were left scarred for life. Rosanna was an aspiring hairdresser and went out of her way to do it during college and also study business so that she could get her own salon up and running. One of her favorite props to practice on was a model of the human head, which had very realistic hair, making it the closest thing to a person she could get. Little did she know, though, the doll was alive.
Right.
As if the bulging eyes weren't enough to send her running up the stairs to her bedroom, no matter what direction Rosanna moved in the head would track her with an almost instant reaction time. On top of this, towards the end of the clip, something on one of the tabletops collapsed onto the floor, despite being perfectly balanced there for at least 1 week. With all three of these aspects combined, it was clear that what happened could not have been natural. There was a ghost sharing the house, and Rosanna was just around the corner from getting even more proof. On the same night as the hairdresser doll incident, Rosanna decided to get some sleep at around 11 p.m., but unfortunately, her body didn't let her do so. After seeing what she had seen, she was left rolling around thinking about the possibility of a spirit watching her, and soon enough, she was face to face with an apparition. It is very easy to make out the image of a face from this reflection, and it definitely wasn't crafted by sunlight at 1:20 in the morning. Rosanna later explained that she could make out the eyes, and they even blinked at her, further proving that this was the head of a real person. She didn't know what to do and kind of just lay there, staring back at whatever this paranormal creature could have been. Needn't she worry though, because sooner or later, she was about to come face to face with it for a second time. The next morning, Rosanna woke up and cooked herself a beautiful breakfast to reward herself for coping with what had happened over the last few days. She gobbled this food up as quickly as she ever did and settled in the living room to watch some television by herself before practicing some more hairdressing. She was at peace, but feelings this good never last forever, and her ghostly friend was about to prove this. Strangely, a weird shadow figure was standing at the other end of her hallway and continuously came closer to the door. This was very freaky and built up some crazy tension in Rosanna, and once it actually reached the door, she hid underneath something praying that she would be safe. The ghost started at her hiding for a solid 4 minutes, according to Rosanna, before gliding away to the right and not coming back again that night. Rosanna is currently in contact with her local Catholic church, discussing options of how to remove this supposedly evil spirit. No progress has yet been made. On February the 13th of 2019, a YouTuber, who we've discussed on this channel before by the name of Mellowbird, we'll call him Mellow, discovered that his new house was haunted. If you're new here, Mellow has experienced things of the paranormal sort before, and his segment of the video ended with him leaving the house and moving into a new one. The following clip is a documentation in the new house, and it becomes apparent that despite moving, his spirit was still attached, and he was in for a long ride if he wanted to get rid of it. Here's what it did this time. After being settled in his new house for a few weeks, Mello had finally installed Wi-Fi and was in the living room catching up on his favorite TV series. However, although he was in the mood for a relaxed night, his ghost decided that the arrival of the Wi-Fi box signaled its time to reveal it was still present and moved loads of things in his room, even having the audacity to do it whilst he was in there. Now, obviously, Mello was extremely frightened that the ghost had tracked him from his old place of residence, and he actually broke down into tears. Since this video, he stopped documenting his ghost sightings as he believed it just wanted attention, and he was giving that to it. Who knows if his strategy worked? Let me know what you think in the comments. In the following video, we managed to find two perspectives of the same ghost from different people. The first one was captured by the wife of the family, and the second by the husband, and what they managed to film on camera was a very disturbing thing to have happened in their own home. It was roughly 2 a.m. when this first video was caught. Both the husband and the wife were fast asleep when they were woken up by what was about to happen.
Siapa? Ya Allah. Astagfirullahaladzim, ya Allah. Siapa? 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 Ya Allah. Ya Allah.
After hearing this repetitive knocking, the wife continuously muttered the word siapa, which translated to English means who. Despite asking such a simple question to the person behind the door, she got no response. And although this may have been considered dangerous, she decided to open the door. Fortunately, no one dangerous was behind it, or this could have been a fatal mistake. But on the flip side, no one was there, which was quite unlucky. Either this was an excellent ding-dong ditch player, or the act of the ghost. But the first option would soon be removed by what the husband caught in the same house on the same night.
Siapa? Siapa manggil?
The shower, which had never experienced any former problems, randomly started turning on and off by itself, which was very weird according to the family. What made things even creepier was the fact that the shower only turned on once the door was closed, and every time it was opened, nothing was happening on the other side. Now, it's highly unlikely for even a shower with problems to behave in this manner, so the husband was sold that a ghost was having some fun. This was a very weird night for the husband and wife, and they will likely never experience anything like it ever again. Losing a loved one is undeniably the worst mental feeling anyone can suffer, and the woman in the upcoming video was a victim of this. Her father had died, and it came to her first birthday without him. So, although there was a happy air surrounding the place, it also felt a little bit empty. But of course, they still celebrated. Her mother knew how much the woman's father meant to her, and so she decided to get her a Build-A-Bear toy with his voice in it, which was very sweet, but nobody could have predicted what happened next.
Tell me a ghost story that sounds completely unbelievable but is entirely...
That sounds crazy, so buckle up.
I celebrated a birthday a couple weeks ago, and it's the first birthday that my dad has not been here for, and that was really hard, but it is what it is. And my mom got me a little Build-A-Bear with his voice in it. Like, the little clicky thing was his voice. And it was so sweet and adorable, and so we're all sitting at the kitchen table having a lovely time, listening to his voice, and all of a sudden, one of his toy fire trucks goes off in the other room. Never once have I heard this thing go off in my life. The siren goes off, the lights go off. Like, I didn't know they had batteries in them. My dad never turned them on like that. So it was so creepy. And like, we weren't talking at the table, like we were just sitting there like listening to his voice, and then all of a sudden his thing lights up from the other room. And we recorded it all. So check it out and let me know what you think.
Do you want a big piece? How many do you want?
Hey kiddo, hope you're doing well. I'm feeling much, much better now, so whenever you can, just come visit me, okay? Okay.
Shut up. No way.
What?
That has not worked. That has not worked.
This fire truck had never been turned on in its entire ownership of the father, and it was very disturbing that it decided to set off during this very specific moment. He loved to collect fire trucks, and was actually annoyed that he didn't know how to activate this one's sirens. But the fact that his potential ghost could do this but not him was truly frightening. After turning the truck back off, since the noise was too annoying, the family went back to the dinner table to enjoy a lovely roast dinner in the name of their father. The only difference was that they couldn't get it out of their mind that he was still with them. It really proved the statement that they will always be with you in the heart. And despite this meaning to be an uplifting quote, it made things eerie. Was he with them or was he not?